For the third part of our triathlon off-season routine, we're going to get a little bit more dynamic, move a little bit more in space. Therefore, obviously, it's good to have a little bit of open space in your gym. If not, you might as well go outside because you don't need that much material. Just some weights, little medicine ball. For the warm-up, which is going to be the most dynamic part, you're again going to be able to complete only with your mini band. First of all though, we're going to activate our diagonal and our posterior chain with a unilateral deadlift combined with a lunge movement. Therefore we've got Christoph here, Austrian triathlete. He's going to just demonstrate the exercises because I'm a little bit injured at the moment. So we're going to start in a hip lock, which is going to be that position. So you pull one leg up with the contralateral arm. There you go. Then you hinge back. You hinge back, get your right leg to the back, your right arm to the front. There you go. Be aware that it's going to be a hinging pattern, not a squatting pattern, so you don't want to move a lot downwards with your hip. You're just going to move backwards and trying to control that side of the hip, keeping it more or less square to the ground. And you come back to the hip lock and you go forward, drop into your lunge. There obviously you again want to make sure your knee isn't dropping to the inside. You want to press yourself up again in one movement. There you go. And like that, you continue for 20 meters. There you go. It's not looking too bad, but actually he's got a little slight problem with his hip stability. As you see, his hips are turning up a lot. So what we want to work on, because that's a quite common problem for triathletes, which are who are obviously fixed in their running and cycling pattern. Therefore, they often lack a little bit of unilateral hip stability. There you go, Chris, if you come back, we go for the second exercise, which we're going to work on exactly that thing. It's been demonstrated in videos before. It's going to be a monster walk. This time we're going to demonstrate it well. We're going to keep our shoulders square, our pelvis square. Those two bones you feel on the front side are meant to be on the same height throughout all the exercise. And you slightly squat down, separate your feet, both fat toes pointing to the front, and then you just walk forward and go. Make sure you don't make your steps too big and rotate. Good. You can do that same thing backwards. So you just come back. There you go. And trying not to rotate nor sway from side to side. That's looking pretty good actually. Okay, after you've completed 20 meters of that monster walk, you always want to do 10 squats, which we're going to start in that top position with our glutes squeezed. Start at the top. There you go. Then you squat down. Good, as deep as you can get, and then you come back up. Back down again. There we already see that he's losing a little bit his integrity of the pelvis, so his pelvis is dropping to the back. That's a point where we can go to as long as we are not loaded, for example on our back or at our front. Always be aware though that you want to really stick your bum out and sit down like that and not lose the tension in your lower back and in your pelvis. Alright, doing 10 squats of that fashion, obviously keeping the knees out. That band is going to pull you to the inside, just going to force you to activate those medial glutes even more, and like that work on your stability. Alright, then we come to the main part already. We are going to start with the lunge combined with a push press. It's a little bit of upper body exercise, a little bit of lower body exercise. Therefore we want to grab those kettlebells, get them in an upside down hold right in front of our chest. Gives us a nice activation up there already. ready, then we want to lunge forward with our right foot first, and in the meanwhile, exactly, bring our left hand up. Again, the other side, alright. Make sure when you push yourself up, you want to drive down that force through your heel. And push yourself up. There you go, come back with one big step. Good. Again. But if you're not able to reach that top extended position with your hand without compensating with your lower back, obviously your shoulder mobility is alright, then you're going to make sure you go to shoulder mobility first, because otherwise we're going to do more harm than use. Also again, focus on the knee. Focus on the knee, not falling to the inside. We want to keep it nice and out. There you go. And as I said, come back with one big step. Alright. Doing 10 each side, so 20 in total, should give you a good activation. Good work for your upper body and for your lower body. Next, we're going to use that medicine ball. We've got a slam ball here, which is obviously ideal. If you don't have a slam ball and you are using a normal medicine ball, it's okay as well. We're not gonna get too crazy on that one. We want to reach down to a bottom position. Again, you want to make sure you keep your trunk activated. Stick your bum out. It looks a little bit awkward. Isabel is laughing. That's not that funny, because if you are pulling from that position and here you want to activate, then you're gonna first of all lose a lot of power in your lower back, and second of all even do harm, or might do harm to your lower back. So what you do is you reach down with an extended spine. There you go. Good. Chest look into the front. Then you drive up. There you go. You pull up your elbows, but you're not pulling up the ball. The ball is obviously flying because you're driving that one up explosively. And then you change your grip and throw that ball down. So we're once going to demonstrate that in full speed. Good. Perfect. Once again. Pop. Good. Once again. Alright. Make sure your arms aren't doing a lot of work. You really want to get that power from the hips, which is going to give you that nice extension at the top, combined with an explosive flexion, which is obviously that same pattern as if you're running. You then extend, then you bend, extend, bend. Extension and flexion of the hip. Really, it's pretty much the essence of sport, and for sure of running movements. Alright, next exercise is going to be the jumping lunge. So we're going to start from a bottom lunge position. You go into that lunge position, there you go. Knees more or less 90 degrees bent, but really you can vary here. If you go deeper down, you're going to have a little bit more activation than if you go just at the top and just switch stance. What we do is we want to jump for height and then change the side in the air. There you go, land on the other foot at the front. There you go. Pop, pop, pop. Okay. Here again we want to do 10 each side, 20 in total, and obviously depending on how tired you are, how much of a burn and of an effort you want to put in. Also depending on your stability there. You don't want to sway too much from side to side. You want to keep the trunk nice and upright as if you were running. Again, we're going to run down here, run nice and tall, and then drive forwards and backwards with our legs. 10 each side, 20 in total. Next exercise is going to be inside the gym. In this exercise, again, we're going to work that diagonal connection of our lat on one side and the glute on the other side, which is coming in charge whenever we're running. We're going to therefore pick up the unilateral deadlift from the warm-up and combine it with some additional weight from the Kaiser. You choose a very light weight because you really want to maintain that explosiveness of the movement. Same as stability in the top phase and hip block. Therefore, I'm going to step a little back, grab that grip with one hand. Then again, you bring that right leg up now. Good. Then hinge back. There you go, long leg. Obviously that's not ideal. You want to keep that hip down. But for demonstrating, you should do it. Chest out. And then you drive forward. There you go. The position is coming from that glute. You want to push yourself up in that hip lock with that glute. That hip is in optimal flexion. That one is extended. Okay, and you come back. There you go. And you pull yourself up. Not easy. Pull yourself up. Pop. Okay. And give me 3 to 4 quick repetitions. Pop. Good. Good. Obviously the Kaiser is ideal for that because you can measure the power output. There you go. At that top phase, think of extending your upper spine again. There you go. Up. Up. There you go. Knee back. Heel up. There you go. Alright. That's it. If you don't have any cable or any light weight, you might also combine it just with an easy row and picking up some weight from the floor, picking it up and then coming back. Obviously that's taking the possibility of combining the movements as we do it here. For the last exercise, I'm just going to give you a little bit of anti-extension ability in your core. We can work anti-rotational in the other exercises. If you have dumbbells like we do that spin, that's good because then you can use 2 of them. If you have an ab wheel, which is that wheel with the 2 grips on the side, that's even better or pretty much the same. If not, you might get a longer barbell with some discs rolling on both sides. The important point of that exercise is that it's a challenging one. If you can't master a plank or some more difficult plank variations, don't do that exercise because you're really gonna do harm to your lower back. Also, you want to make sure you stop the exercise as soon as you notice that you're falling into that hyperextension. It's not what we want. We want to keep the glute in and the abs squeezed and then avoid that extension. Right, so you contract your glutes at the start, then you also want to make sure you're not rolling your back too much. So you keep your scapulars activated, your glutes activated, and then you roll forward with your hands. There you go, just as far as you can get. Now obviously his lower back is trying to get down to the floor. That's gravity at its greatest. Forward, just as far as you can go. And you come back and move glutes and lower back in one unit. There you go. And pull back up. Nice. 1. That's a good one. Doing 8 to 10 repetitions of that one should be definitely enough. With that, you finish your circuit. Afterwards, either you get some running and some cardio work in, or or you just go immediately to the next round. Again, and start with the push press in the lunge. Performing 3 to 5 rounds of that should really make you sweat, should give you good sensation in your legs, and is a good way to stay fit in off-season and prepare for your pre-season. Yeah, thanks a lot, Christoph. Good man.